tugende. So guys, we'll be back into this new video tutorial with the OSP Pro. Please, we're going to start making up the endpoints. Now look, previously on this video, I showed you guys coming up with this simple application, and when you guys try to check, I happen to make you guys that when you try to log onto say python app.run, so definitely this would give us hello world. Whatever you give there definitely work for you. Now also the other way around, I just want to make sure that this time around you guys have you go to your PHP admin and then you go to bin position 2. I'm going to just use a database called it test. So I'm going to use a database called it test, and inside test I have some data ready. So I'm going to just look onto maybe CRUD if I have some less. Yes, this is our first name, last name, and this is age. This one I can just change it to OSP, and this one I can just change it to Pro. Yeah, and this is too much, my friend. I'm not very old. I'm still a young man and single. So guys who wants me, I'm still searching. Yeah, I mean it. I'm still searching as well. And then on the other way around, then just here, maybe this can be a Guti, this can be maybe this can just be what? This can be David, whatever, and then maybe the age can be maybe it's 29 or whatever, 23, whatever. That's for now. So this is it. This is the database I'm going to be using, and this is our table as well called CRUD. So what I'm going to do, well, it's going to be a little bit confusing a bit because I'm going to be basing on some few things around to make sure we move with what we have to move with. So the first thing first, I'm going to first stop this application of ours, and I want to first just make sure that you guys we have the right dependencies into our Python. So I can just say pip freeze so that I check what I want, whether I have all the stuff that I really want. I'm looking to make sure I have JSONIFY into our application, which I think we should be positioned to have it. That's by default tends to be with Python inside your Python application. Another one is called Python, something called Flask MySQL DB. Flask MySQL DB. Flask MySQL DB is also here, as you can see, it's already installed for us. All of these dependencies, that's very good that we have them inside there. So this really gives us a chance to be good to go to have this done with me. So you guys, let's just now look started and look onto how best we're going to be doing. Now, another thing that what you can do is also on your Python application, you can definitely create up one on as you can definitely create up one on as you can either create up a config application of your application, like config where the database is going to be, or you can just define it out down here. So this is a comment. So this is our config file, config info. I'll just do that because I'm going to define everything inside here so that I don't waste a lot of time. So this is going to be like maybe that config, so that I can just config my stuff around here. So this is going to be MySQL underscore command maybe on a host, so that I don't waste a lot of time. So this is going to be maybe the local host, which you guys all know, local host of my application. And then I'm also going to be just make sure that I have the other one as well. So I'm going to just do that. So I have this is user, yes, and then this is going to be what known as the password, you get, and lastly I have the username, which is the DB name of application. So don't forget the DB name of application is called test, password I don't have, username is called root. I hope that is very clear based on the architecture of my PHP my admin, which definitely when on installation I didn't do that. Then the next thing that I'm going to just define inside my application is from here, from Flask, import for me Flask itself like we have done, and I'm also going to import something called JSONIFY. You get, because I need to support JSONIFY for us in our application. And I'm also going to say from Flask, I need to also import something which is going to be Flask MySQL one as MySQL DB, which is going to be MySQL DB in this case here, and it's going to be I'm going to import it. I'm going to import it as maybe, let me just import it as MySQL. Get? Yeah, so that this gives me a complete chance to deal with MySQL itself. I don't waste much time. And then down here after doing this, I'm just going to define a smaller MySQL or connection or whatever you want to do to be equals to MySQL, which is capital, and is going to be equating to the complete of this as app. You see, guys, you guys who want my complete introduction video of MySQL, please just $20 and you have a complete video, complete a class with me for 1 to, did you say 2 weeks, 1 week? For 1 good week, and should be good in MySQL database programming with me. So that should be really good for us guys to have this settled out. So I'm going to still, if I want to test this, maybe testing up, or no, should I say maybe testing my simple application. So I just want to test whether my connection is really successful for now, because we have just done that, and here I'm calling up this, and I can also enable the debug. So I can say debug now this time around. Debug equals to true so that I don't waste much time. So if you check back in here in my application, if I just say Python, if I just come back here and I say Python and I say app.py, hope there's no error. Good. So if you check this loads for us there, and definitely if I come back here and I try to check it, hope there's no error. I just pray there's no error into this application of ours, and good. So I think you can see it's running successfully. As you can see, it's running successfully. Now the next thing that I'm going to be just doing, guys, in the next very short video is to show you guys how do I build the endpoint, because that's really very important now of us. And let's look onto how best we can do that. So I'm going to just remove this for now, or I can even build my endpoint down here inside this, so that I build my own endpoint. And I'm going to just start with my app dot maybe route, which I'm going to route it to different dimension, different. I just love the way I'm doing this with you guys. So this can be data, this can be anything, this can be real data that you're going to be picking up from here. And this is where we are going to pick this data, and this data is coming from CRUD. You get? So I can just say maybe CRUD instead of saying data, I can just say CRUD, and then I'm going to just pass in what I need to pass. So I'm going to pass the method that I'm going to pick the data with. You get? This is very important, because if you're passing the method, you can either pass the method as maybe post, or you can pass as get. You get? So you can do this so that you can pick the two. So either post or get. But since I'm getting the data, I can use post. So the choice is yours. So I'm going to use both. And addition to that, here, what I'm going to also do that, I'm just going to make sure that I pass my route there. So there I'm going to define a route which is going to be passing up there for me to get data. So I can either say get CRUD, yes, so that I can get the CRUD data we are passing inside there. Get? Yes. So inside there, what am I going to do? I'm going to just define maybe anything, maybe the cursor which I'm going to try to do with, and it's going to be equals to my MySQL dot connect, because I'm connecting it to get it dot connection dot cursor. This is going to be giving me a complete chance to use a cursor and pick up the complete data. And then also cursor dot cursor itself, which I'm trying to pick from up there. Let's execute for me the complete command that I'm going to be picking up the data, and I'm going to do this. So this is what I'm going to be doing now at the moment. I'm going to just make sure I pick up the data from there. So I'm going to say select everything from CRUD. Get? Yes, because I'm going to be picking up the CRUD data, which is our table that we're picking up the data from. And this should give us a complete stuff. When I say data is equal to anything that I'm going to pass, which is going to be called the fetch all, which I'm going to be fetching all the data right now at the moment, which is that. So this gives us a complete stuff that we want, and then I can actually return the JSONIFY, which we set up of the data that we try to pick. You see, it's still self-explanatory. And when you try to look onto this and try to maybe run it on the browser, definitely there's no error, because I did stop what this can tell me something here. Where is it? Restart with the start. This one line 21. So this made that. Let me just try to check here whether I did the right thing, because this is going to be this is up to that. And then when you try to cross check, let me just sort this error out. Whoa, let's just try to check here. This methods, not method. And I try to go back again and I try to run this. As you can see, it's now loading up. I made a mistake. I said method. So I believe if I try to do that, I think you can see that picks us that. And if I come and say CRUD here, I think sure. So class object has no execute. Oh, execute. The spelling execute. Execute. Yes. Execute. Sorry for that. Execute. I'm not from an English land, please. Is this called English land? Sorry for them. I'm not from there. I'm from Uganda, please. So this should give you a complete API. Yes. So this is so good, man. So this is really good practice for us. And we have this. So, and I think you can see our API is just moving up, and wow, This is very nice because we have just made our API in Python, and that's it. So you find that I'm not using the other one of make response, because there's another method of make response that I would have to pass from here down, and that I have to first install it. And this is something very more simple and unique, and this gives you a complete chance to pass it. And remember, and this time around we didn't pass any parameters, we didn't mark, like, do a lot of querying and that stuff. We're just passing up the real data the way it should be, and that's what we are trying to interpret into our application, and that's what we have. So on the next video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get data based on a specific ID. So that's it. Let's go to that. Let's get there. Thank you.